state government directs petroleum dealers to comply with federal government's new petroleum price. Akwa Ibom State to benefit. Morning and welcome to EKBC 45 News. I am Jeffrey Orok. All is to be the outlet of the next phase of development of Akwa Ibom State. The PDP governorship candidate, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, made this known at a campaign held at the government primary in Okobo. Florence Umar tells us more.
Stating that begin from to the hinterlands, Mr. Udom Emmanuel said his focus will be centered on marine development, including aquatic farming and industrial storage, setting up the Ibaka seaport and protection of the shorelines. He said that he will revive the Basin Authority and upgrade the Maritime Academy Oron to a university status, as well as appoint Oron people into his administration. If voted into power, Mr. Emmanuel said he will empower and train the youth and women, as well as set up cottage industries.
Okobo, right from the days of our history, Ekesedi, a place of economic empowerment. I've promised the entire Okobo that whatever will be left from the administration of our great leader, Chief Dr. Gospel Fabio, that this time around will start from the shoreline into the city.
The Director General, Udom Emmanuel Campaign Organization, Utwe Kongedon Esedunkanga, assured the people of Okobo of the quality of the PDP's candidates and their ability to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people. He urged them to encourage the growth of democracy by voting in the PDP candidates at the local government, state and national levels.
So all the things you've asked for, whether it is roads, whatever, you don't even have to ask, you will get it.
Chairman, Okobo Local Government Council and House of Assembly candidate Princess Felicia Bassi described Okobo as the home of the PDP and a loyal friend to the party. She commended the Governor Gospel Akpabio-led administration for appointing a minister and commissioners from the area and urged the PDP governorship candidate to return the favor of the Okobo people's votes through more appointments and policies that will favor them. The PDP chapter chairman, Mr. Basin Tekum, also spoke in the same trend.
The latest governor is for you to go and think what you will give to Okobo people. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. We are giving you all our votes.
Has rewritten the history of Akwa Ibom State.
A former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Chief Peter Linus Umar, urged PDP members who lost at the primaries to return to the fold. Others who spoke include the House of Representatives candidate for Oro Federal Constituency, Chief Nse Ekpeyong, the candidate for Eke Senatorial District, Mr. Nelson Effiong, and the member representing Okobo State Constituency, Chief Effiong Antra.
We pray you, Your Excellency, our Governor, to appoint the CNN says right now a son or daughter of Okobo as a commissioner to fill that vacancy so that he or she will be campaigning with us for Udom. I have tried my best to keep Okobo as one.
We are moving to industrial regime.
On 14 February, President Goodluck Jonathan will be voted 100%.
The state PDP chairman, Obong Polikpo, later presented the candidates to the Okobo community.
A man who understands the arithmetic of economy, a great banker, a great administrator, and above all, the man of God. I'm talking about Mr. Wright.
Florence Moituk.
Individuals and groups have been giving reasons they prefer Udom Emmanuel as the next governor of Akwa Ibom State from May 29, 2015. Such people include the female ambassadors for Udom Emmanuel, daughters of Udom Emmanuel, and credible women for Udom Emmanuel. The female ambassadors for Udom Emmanuel, led by Mrs. Abigail Edoweke, the daughter of Udom Emmanuel, led by M.M. Francis, and credible women for Udom Emmanuel, led by Obongawan Susan James Etwodo, and wife of the clan head of Idwa, Obongawan Mandu Abia, said they are joining forces together as a group to embark on enlightenment of the women in Eket local government area, the vote for Udom Emmanuel. The women groups who have already swung into action said that Udom is a better choice for Eket senatorial district and Akwa Ibom State.
Why we gather like this to showcase our incoming governor, Mr. Gabriel Udom Emmanuel, and look at focus on a credible governance.
We started to come to the nooks and crannies of Eke local government area, shouting the need for women to come out and vote the only credible man, Mr. Credible. Umoto Eke Senatorial District, Akirika Akwa Ibom State, Ado Mr. Udom Gabriel Emmanuel as the governor of Flag Area PDP 2015.
The women who led the street enlightenment walk in Eket distributed flyers and eulogized Udom Emmanuel and Chief Gosla Fabio as they marched along street of Eket. They described Udom as honest, knowledgeable, and straightforward man, adding that they will be happy to have his wife Martha as the First Lady of the state.
Udom is right. Think right. Act right. Walk right. See right. Laugh right.
The street march, according to the women, is a prelude to the door-to-door campaign to sensitize the people to vote Udom, Goodluck Jonathan, and other candidates of the PDP in the February elections. A former minister of the Federal Republic and member of the presidential campaign team, Chief Ndwesisian, and a former political advisor to the governor in the state, Mr. Udom, as well as the Commissioner for Transport, Godwin Tode, spoke on why Udom Emmanuel should be voted as governor of Akwa Ibom State.
For the party, wonderful and very spectacular. The treasure to Akwa Ibom State
shows the totality of endorsement.
The German State Universal Basic Education Board, Obongawan Grace Ekong, and her counterpart in the State Secondary Education Board, Professor Maria Ikrok, has for the recruitment of more for the educational system. The Mother 2015 budget of their institutions. Assembly correspondent Anthony Tim tells us more.
Obongawan Grace Ekong and Professor Maria Ikrok called on the state government to release funds for the building of more schools to cater for the teeming school population and training of teachers as well as provision of educational equipment. The duo said the appeal became necessary as much is expected from their agencies at the state and national levels.
We need to still ask for a good size budget based on our needs, because we have to provide infrastructure, we have to provide materials for learning, both for teachers and for the school children. We have to train the teachers, bring them up and provide them with the skills needed for the modern education. Each zonal committee, what we refer to as the LEC Local Education Committee, should necessarily be provided with utility van.
Similarly, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Science and Technology, Dr. Nestor, has persuaded the state to revisit the Science Park project for the development of science and technology in the state. He maintained that the project, when completed and fully operational, will serve as a Silicon Park in the United States of America. With the competitive trend of scientific and technological development in the world, Dr. Odon noted much is expected from government so that our children would be able to face scientific and technological challenges and to compete favorably with others.
The Science Park is supposed to be a place where science and technology is articulated and developed in the interest of for the benefit of the people.
Speaking, the Chairman House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Mr. Yano Ituro, said the essence of the 2015 budget defense was not to withhold any ministry or agency, but to interface with them in order to understand their problems and prospects with a view to assisting them reach their set goals.
This committee is concerned. This committee is concerned. Please make yourself available and let everyone work for the interest of this committee.
All their budget include Ministry of Finance, Lands and Town Planning, and Ministry of Economic Development. Anthony Etam.
The newly appointed State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Wemedi Mwangwoku, has spoken of the need for the ministry to be independent and free from external influence. Barrister Mwangwoku, who said this during his meeting with staff of the ministry, made a commitment to pursue a purpose-built ministry with a vision of positively impacting on the justice delivery system. He said he is prepared to inherit staff with track of excellence and charge law to keep abreast with current legal matters. The Commissioner promised to build on the giant achievement of his predecessors, leadership style, and assure that staff matters will be given utmost attention.
Through the Permanent Secretary General, and I know I can take that to the bank. On my own side, I promise you a very open and interactive leadership, all inclusive. I want all us to work as a family, as you.
The Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary, Lady Gloria Umorin, described the appointment of Barrister Nwoko as timely and strategic given the forthrightness and human rights record. She added that the ministry has to its credit a record of staff dedication and commitment to duty, which she said has produced a year 2010 Best Civil Servant, 1 Permanent Secretary, 2 judges, with others appointed into committees in the state. And affirm the loyalty and support of staff to Barrister Nwoko and use the occasion to make a case for outfit allowance for support staff of the ministry.
We do know that with the passion that you have, that you would come here and propose that a purpose-built Ministry of Justice be started. Today is the day to pledge our loyalty and support, not only to you, sir, to reaffirm our support to His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, even in the few hours remaining.
The Director of Administration, Pastor Anefio Stephen, thanked the new Attorney General for its dynamic approach and vision and pledged staff cooperation. A one-day procurement retreat for permanent secretaries begins today at Le Méridien Ibom Hotel and Gold to you. The retreat arranged by the Bureau of Public Procurement Abuja is for federal permanent secretaries and is to be attended by 6 states heads of civil service from geopolitical zones of the country and will be declared open by the head of civil service of the Federal Mr. Danladi Kufasi. The state heads of civil service invited to the retreat are Taraba, Kaduna, Nasarawa, Anambra, Bayelsa and Ekiti, as well as the Akwa Ibom State Head of Civil Service, who has been specially invited to join her colleagues to exchange ideas and share experiences, particularly on issues related to the procurement system. Money Institute.
Udom Gabriel Emmanuel is elected as the flag bearer of PDP for the gubernatorial election come 2015.
By the grace of the Almighty God, I hereby give you the flag of the PDP, Udom Emmanuel, to fly this in Akwa Ibom State to come back as the governor under PDP, our flag. Thank you. May God bless you and give you good success.
Udom is right and fair. Udom is the best. For Akwa Ibom State, Udom is right and fair. Behold our next governor.
So good to be back. Petroleum have been directed to immediately comply with the federal government's new petroleum price regime of 87 naira per litre. The senior special assistant to the governor on petroleum matters, Obong Isianisema, gave the directive yesterday at a meeting with stakeholders in the petroleum downstream sub-sector, which included representatives of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, major marketers and depot owners. The senior special assistant noted that with the fall in oil prices, the federal government decided to reduce the price of petrol to ameliorate the hardship experienced by the masses, emphasizing that such a gesture should not be frustrated. They regretted that almost 1 week after the directive was handed down, petroleum marketers have refused to comply, whereas in cases of increase, they do not wait to be told before effecting such an increase.
And that if you are still one of those people who have not reverted back to the new price, they are still selling at 97 naira against the federal government directive, then you have yourself to blame.
Obong Sema said with effect from yesterday, his committee will embark on sealing of filling stations which are found either selling above the stipulated pump price or selling adulterated products. Some of the marketers in their responses pleaded for some time to sell out their own stock and promised to comply with the new price regime of 87 naira per litre.
Till first week of February, February. At least see how I am appealing to you, sir. I know you cannot act contrary to the law of the government.
American Global Limited has established a fishing factory in Uyo, the state capital. The chairman of Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, Akiko, Chief Sena Zupana, during an inspection of the factory located at Iniofort Uyo local government area, commended the initiative of Amecom Global Limited for keying into the state government program of industrialized state. Etienne completes the story.
Conducting the team round facilities at the factory, the managing director of Amecom Global Limited, Dr. Marcel Ofumata, said the foam factory is fully equipped with facilities to produce high-quality foam that can compete with any brand in the market. Dr. Ofumata hinted that with quality, integrity, and passion as its core values, Amecom Global is committed to enhancing lives through unbeatable stress-free asset acquisition solution. The factory was set up to provide jobs to people, alleviate and complement the efforts of the state government in industrialization.
We have the finished product which is excellent. It can compete with any other foam factory, any other foam product around the country. But for the Amecom, we're already sleeping on it.
The Deputy Director, Projects Implementation and Supervision in the Akwa Investment Corporation, AGICOP, Mr. Emmanuel Akpan, who represented the Chairman, Chief Senas Opana, maintained that the state government has laid a good foundation for industrialization through a private partnership initiative. He lauded the Amecom Global Limited for setting up the foam factory, describing it as the right step in the right direction.
We are happy that Amecom Global has identified properly with the industrialization initiative of the present administration.
On his part, the Deputy Director, Entrepreneurship and Business Development in AGICOP, Mr. Sunday Ekpo, said industrialization is a process. Chief Akpabi administration has provided facilities and strengthened the organized private sector for industrial growth. He called on other private investors to emulate the good example of Amecom Global Limited to invest in the state.
Our responsibility is to encourage, provide the enabling environment as the rest of the for businesses to thrive.
Report.
The sales of entrance examinations crash card and past question papers for admission into the Air Force Comprehensive Secondary School 2015-2016 session have commenced. A government statement says each crash card cost 1,500 naira, while the past question papers are 250 naira. The statement adds that the card and past questions could be purchased at Air Force Comprehensive Secondary School U or Recruitment Unit Office of the Secretary to the State Government, Governor's Office Complex, Wellington, Basiwe and UU. Meanwhile, online registration for admission into Air Force Military School, JOS, 2016 session has begun. A government statement advises parents to pick up a scratch card for the admission at the cost of 1,500 naira from the Recruitment Unit of the Secretary to the State Government, Governor's Office Complex, UU. 60 seasoned technical officials are billed to prosecute the grant of the 14 schools athletics championship at the NNPC-MPN joint venture, according to the Akwa Ibom State branch of the National Athletics Technical Official (NATO), and athletics scholar and coach Professor Lucas Ogunyemi will serve as competitions director, also featuring as ex-athletics star Mrs. Utrofon Kanta as technical director, Professor Ignatius Odak as track referee, and Professor Inijona as field referee. In an interview with sports reporter Justice Udoso, the state president of NATO, Mrs. Utrofon Kanta, expressed happiness at the quality of the officiating crew from national and state bodies, while disclosing that ex-national track stars Eno Smart Epo Council and Meyanonko would help track, field and timekeeping crew. Mrs. Nkanta noted the choice of the experienced officials was to ensure thoroughness in recording time and distances to guide the state and national boards in tracking emerging potentials. The Director of Sports, Dixon, said that the competition could not have come at a better time as it will further increase the repertoire of building athletes for the state ahead of the National Sports Festival. Mr. Dixon disclosed that last year the student was received at the UJS Winner Stadium, Calabar, and it held trial at the National Youth Games in Abuja. Expressing the happiness of the school sport directorate, its director, Elder Samuel Umana, noted that school education was holistic as students were becoming on sport, thus improving their mental agility. The grand finale comes up on Saturday, the 7th of February, at the Akwa Ibom State International Stadium, fondly called Nest of Champions. The World Economic Forum has begun in Davos, Switzerland. This forms part of a package as presented by Mercy Aklara.
This year's theme of the forum is the new global context and is defined by 10 global challenges affecting the world, including food security and agriculture, international trade and investment, and global crime and corruption. The key challenges posed at the World Economic Forum 2015 are how to kickstart economic progress amidst global, how the world can respond to future economics, and how to ensure political stability and growth in 2015. Still from the World Economic Forum, the European ECB has confirmed it is set to announce further measures to stimulate the ailing Eurozone economy. The ECB plans to inject up to €1 by government worth up to €60 billion per month until September 2016. The ECB also said the Eurozone interest rates were being held at 0.05%. Foreign ministers of the International Coalition Against Islamic State group are gathering for talks in London. U.S. Secretary of State Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond are co-hosting talks involving 21 of the 60 countries that are working together to tackle the Islamic State group based in Syria and Iraq. The ministers discussed to support Iraq and Kurdish armed forces, how to IS financing, counter propaganda, and the humanitarian assistance for those caught in crossfire. In Ukraine, 5,000 people have been killed and some 1.2 million displaced since rebels seized parts of Luhansk and Donetsk regions in April. The move followed Russia's annexation of Ukraine's Crimea Peninsula in March 2014. Some of the fiercest clashes in recent days were centered on the airport in Donetsk city, which government and rebels have been fighting over for months.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And now to end the news, the main point again. The People's Party gubernatorial candidate in the state, Mr. Udomi Manuel, has promised to make Oro Nation an out of the next phase of development in the state. Mr. Manuel was speaking at the campaign held in Okobo local government area. He also brought you that Akwa Ibom State is to benefit from BBC Media Action activities. And that's it on the news package this morning. Next news bulletin today will be at noon. I am Jeffrey.